morning, everyone. This is Evelyn. I have a union read and a twin flame read for you today. Very interesting energies today. Let's go ahead first and take a deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to you guys. I hope you enjoyed your holiday if you celebrate yesterday, and that you had a nice weekend. Okay, so here is the union read with the SIRIAN Starseed deck. I'm going to have to give you this setup really quickly. Okay, so we have the 4D as the bottom row, 5D is the middle row, and 6D is the top row, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energies, and the closing energies here. The left column is the feminine, the right column is the masculine, and the bridge between them in the center. Okay, and then we have the read in front of you. And again, this is the SIRIAN Starseed deck. It's the main deck for the read. Sorry about that. I'm hitting the wrong screen. I'm just trying to clear it up for you. And then the full read in front of you here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to get into the union read first. Definitely clash of the Titans energy yesterday. Personally, I don't want to go into it, but there was definitely very unexpected events that happened yesterday. And also, Simon Parks was coming up on my feed today in BitChute, so you might want to check out his video about the chip. And it's interesting, and I didn't watch the whole thing yet, but as he starts to talk about it, he said shop instead of ship by accident, and house and shop of horrors came up this week in my read, and of course Evergreen comes up a lot. And I did want to quote a line from my song Christ O Sophia, which isn't published yet, but I have posted it on my YouTube before. A line from that says, and this is something written years ago, I believe it was written in 2016. Her heart would grow 3 times that day into drops of rain that would kiss away his pain, and out of the deep blue sea of her heart grew the Christ fireworks spark that would leave her evergreen, never seen, her heart expanding as he returns her love. So it's just interesting that the way evergreen came up and never seen was very significant there. So I have the union read here for the 4D, 5D, 6D at 9:56 last night. So obviously this was for today. We have the 9 of the Hermit, the 56 of the 2 of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping to yourself. Simon was talking about a lot of people keeping it quiet right now because a lot of videos are being observed, obviously. So the union read for 4D, 5D, 6D starts out with the underlying energy of the 5 of Pentacles. The center card was the Chariot, and the 10 of Pentacles was the closing card. The Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave, boldly ascending to the dream family. The incoming divine masculine, the incoming divine feminine is the Hanging Man, the 5 of Wands, and the 8 of Pentacles. Hanging out to be wise in conflict, working with crystal light, hanging 5 in the dance of being Christ-like, and also the Christ and Sophia-like was coming up yesterday. The 4D energies here was the Page of Wands, 7 of Swords, and the 5 of Cups. The divine feminine worship of the masked boy with burning desire. The divine masculine grieving the 2 of Cups in the woods, or feeling the divine feminine sadness. This is the second time that's come up. The divine feminine seeing new perspectives when dealing with conflict and going right to work to align, right after conflict, learning how to come right back to 0 point, using inspiration to create a message. The divine masculine sorrow and ending pain, the King of Swords of integrity, and the Knight of Wands of the slow burn. Bridging on the 4D bridge, passing downloads from the Divine Masculine's 5D to the Divine Feminine's 4D and 3D on the ground. Two men watching their downloads perhaps, or taking notice at 10:06, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers. The 5D energy coming up here is the Knight of Swords, Chariot, and the 8 of Cups. The Divine Feminine Messenger of Truth with the 5D message. The Divine Masculine walking away and within after leaving emotions in perfect order behind. Bridging by the Chariot of horsepower, natural power, and Durga, ascending quickly in the 5D. The 6D is the Queen of Swords, the Star, and the 6 of Cups, the children loving each other. The Divine Feminine Queen of Swords with her hand on the trigger, grounded in nature, her truth by her side. The Divine Masculine loving embrace, holding on to each other. The bridge by the rock star, walking like an Egyptian, the healer, the music and sound of the spheres. The Divine Feminine using her sword as her microphone, energized by the stars, following their North Star, serious about coming to his side. The Divine Feminine comes up with the Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords, inspired to pass messages to the 6D astral realm, to make sure the messages get to him without interference, being truth no matter what. The Divine Masculine coming up is grieving and walking away to the inner children embracing each other, the innocent love and the reunion of spirits. The bridge here being the passing of downloads in a bold move to rise to rock star status, the outgoing Divine Masculine, the ending of pain, betrayal, and the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, or that dream family, and that can be the dream family of the world and heaven on earth. The Divine Feminine side had Capricorn and Pisces. The Divine Masculine had no major arcana. There was Cancer and Aquarius between them, so they both share those two energies of majors, Cancer and Aquarius. The Divine Feminine had the Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords on their side, so perhaps characters they're dealing with. And on the Divine Masculine side, the King of Swords and the Knight of Wands. The number that added to on the grid for this read was 64, which is the 10 of Swords, which is the ending of pain and also the bliss that comes after. The horizontal pillars were 21, 8, and 35, 21 being the world, 8 is the strength card or the dance, the 35 are the 9 of wands or the wounded warrior, and the vertical pillars added to 5, 5, 8, 7, 19, 10, and 10. So again, the 5s are the Hierophant, and the 8 the strength card, and 7 is the chariot, 19 is the sun, and then 2 10s, which is the Wheel of Fortune. But it's like the Ace of Swords also, because that's 55. In the dance of the chariot, sun, right, which is fully powered, a chariot that's fully powered, and then 2 wheels. So the truth dance of the chariots of fire on 2 wheelers, which came up yesterday, instead of having 4 wheels going onto a 2-wheeler bike or a 2-seater bike that's man-powered, right, or human-powered. The world dance of the wounded warrior ending pain here. So the read in front of you, the twin flame read, was done at 10:22. Again, this is a general read. If something doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. If you want something more personalized, my information is below and on my website, twinflames3344.com. And 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, 22 is the Fool. And before I finish clarifying, the word D or die and go came up. So indigo, except without the I. So indigo could also be coming up, but also the die go. And of course, die has a reference of 2, and then the go, to go. And then I finished clarifying at 10:44, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the 4 of Cups, the grounding, integrating, and mastering of love. And it is a master number. In the numerology book, The Divine Triangle, it's very much about the power numbers 11, 22, 33, and 44. And 44 has to do with mastery. 33 is the Christ vibration. 22 is the energy of, and I would say 4 is about the physical plane and survival, whereas 8 is the manifestation of your dreams. So the 22 is very much about the Fool going out into the world and learning how to survive in that book. And then the 44 is the 8 of manifesting your dreams by mastering. So we have in this read The major arcana were Shadow and Indigo. Shadow is the devil, Indigo is the fool. And before the read, Star and Tower came up, because I always pull a few cards on both ends of the read, which I incorporate into the read. It's actually in full a 21 card read. So we have the Star and the Tower. And then after the read was Abundance, Hierophant, and Strength. Abundance is the Empress. Hierophant is it's actually called Guidance, I'm sorry, but it's actually the Hierophant card. And then Strength. We had 2 Cups, 3 Wands, and 4 Pentacles. And then the only court card in the read was the King of Pentacles, and he was reversed in the read. And after the read, the Queen of Wands came up. We had triple 8s in this read. That was very significant, right? Because the 2 8s is the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine dancing side by side, both balanced between their masculine and feminine, doing the dance individually. And then the 8 comes in to tip them over when they're side by side balanced, and then come into the infinity status of the sidewards 8. We have the double 1s of the Fool and the double 6s of the Queen of Pentacles. All right, so we have the King of Pentacles, and here's the Queen of Pentacles, but she was upright in the read. We have the 4 of the Emperor, and then the 6, 7, 8 of the 60, 70, 80 energies, very high vibration. It's like the 5D is the pivotal point into going into 6, 7, or 8, and everyone's going to be in a different dimension depending on their mission. So we have 14 of the Temperance card, which is patience and balance, 46 of the children loving each other, the 6 of Cups, and also 16 of the Tower, which was significant yesterday, and then 68 of the Page of Pentacles, and in a lesser sense, 13 of the Death card and transformation, endings, and the Dark Knight, 34 of the 8 of Wands, that energetic exchange, the 45 of the 5 of Cups, the sorrow, and then the 56 of the 2 of Swords, being in your knowing and keeping it to yourself. The code line here was all about effort, environment, and domestic harmony. And domestic harmony can mean your physical body as well. And the environment for this deck and the numerology deck is very much about a green environment. And the colors that came out in the main cards from the numerology deck were yellow, green, and blue. So solar plexus, heart, and throat chakra. As my next door neighbor, he plays music really loud sometimes. I can feel the beat outside right now, so I thought I'd bring that in because that is a message there. Okay, so the message on the code line added up to 91 today from 6, 84, and 1. 6 is the Lovers, 1 is the Magician, and the 84 is a reflection of the 48, which is the 8 of Cups, walking away within. And 84 has come up very significantly. It was a long time ago, but I can't remember the specific significance of 84. But walking away and within, I would think the reflection of that is finding what you needed to find. And then we have the 91, which is the reflection of the sun. And I always say that for me, that's the central sun, the reflection of each other. So they have, with the code line, with an effort, making an effort, environment, and domestic harmony. To the nth degree, the energy of the sap coming up, the life essence, but it can reference someone who's thought of as a sap, right? A pushover. To the nth degree, the sap or life essence. To the nth degree, again, it's like bookends of power or control around the sap, right? The dark energies around them, controlling them. And that actually has come up a lot about the Divine Masculine, where there's 2 dark goat energies in their pockets around them, always controlling them. And the Lovers expanding and contracting in the dance of the union, acing the expansion and contraction of the seeker of light, regarding effort, green environment, and domestic harmony, right? Keeping a healthy vessel. Surrounded by thoughts, and we just talked about how the Metatron energy has separated from the intellectual thought energy, right? The shadow and the light. And here's coming up again the bookends of that dark energy, of the thought energy, of the intellectualism without heart. The bookends, the 6 expanding to 8 at home, 1 expanding and contracting in the student of Christ's light, which can reference the 1 as oneness as well. The table header, so everyone was having dinner yesterday at Easter. The table header. So I'm very interested to hear about your Easter dinners yesterday. Please comment below to share. Table header of the 7th. And actually we talked about a table of 8 yesterday. And actually for my dinner, which I thought would be 8, ended up being 7. So here's the table header, the 7th. to the 6, expanding and contracting, and the 8 of the dance. Home acing the expansion and contraction of the student of light. And this is also, children have been big this week about what they're learning and awakening to themselves in their own sovereignty. So we have the underlying energy here of the Ace of Cups reversed. Okay, so we have the underlying energy, the top card here, and then the mini cards on top. And I always go down 4 or 5 cards, usually 5, because that makes the 21, which is the completion of the major arcana. So 1101 is Justice and the 1 of the Magician. Ace of Cups reversed was the top card. And below that, from the bottom up, is the 5 of Swords reversed, the Star upright, 3 of Cups reversed, Tower upright, and the 8 of Swords upright. The post-war here, healed, dreams coming true, with third parties suddenly imprisoned. And remember, this was done late last night, so it's like after your day going into today. Dreams coming true with third parties suddenly imprisoned, purging, overwhelmed, or sweating it out, or feeling dumped on, or in the dumps. The Queen of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles, family, business, or community, no longer confused or dumping emotional attachments now, and implementing a plan to break up or deal with those energies of the Chariot reverse, being very stuck. That can be feeling broken, a breakup, a break-in, a break-down, a breakthrough, a state of emergency, going, the ambulance to the hospital, and just the state of emergency that we've been in for the past year. All of those energies can come up with this, the very brokenness of the Chariot reversed, which is not powered and going forward. In a negative message, bad news, or spreading rumors here, spying, lying, and negative self-talk, or a child who's in negative energy, a Gemini child specifically coming up here, with the Knight of Swords upright rushing in to end the conflict, bleeding out, walking away from bad influences, or perhaps a third party or third-party influencer, and the Page of Cups reversed, perhaps feeling rejected, or was, walking away dumped from a group or a negative influence, the faulty foundation where something was missing, the child unhappy around bad influences or overindulgers, overworking, not working out, sudden explosion, telling third party to get out, or those deemed bad influences, not part of our group, and telling them to get out. And again, the faulty foundation coming up 2 times there, and 2 different cards. Blaming or someone blowing their top, their crown, their cover, blowing their mind, overindulging, and then lashing out. Letting go of control issues comes up here, and beneath that, reconciliation. And grounding and integrating the past with negative self-talk or rumors about third party or bad influences. That can be social distancing as well. Those energies being brought to justice, divorce, and Libra energy coming up right there. No glass slipper for third party Libra or justice, or 2 spoons of cherries, and that can be a feminine Libra energy. 2 spoons of cherries, wings, and the truth. No leg to stand on, no hands. Look, Mom, no hands. Or the first time someone's ridden a 2-wheeler, and no shoes coming up there as well. At the gate with sweet tweets, no romantic tie, and bad news of no reunion, or a reunion gone awry or gone bad, with Libra, justice, or truth and balance coming up here very significantly at 1119, which is justice again, and the 19 of the sun, which is also Leo energy. Spiritual partnership comes up here with number 27 and the Ace of Wands, and beneath that, self-discipline of 41, the Ace of Cups, which is self-love, spiritual love, and new love. So the workplace coming up here, or any place of co-creation, whether it's school or church or the gym or whatever, and present to that ship sailing, of course, then references back to the barge again, holding their tongue or lashing out, or lying to or about true love and the Holy Grail. The Page of Swords is very significant here, an energetic exchange with deception or Cancer moon or rising. The Page of Swords message of the sheep up before dawn, right, the followers. The energy flying overhead is dizzying with colorful stripes and checkerboard squares. So this could be like energy around children, and especially at holidays, children listen to the adults talking. So it's like the energy like rushing around the children, and it's dizzying because of what they're hearing, right? And being able to discern, people being of age to discern the information, not very young children, obviously, but they also overhear things, especially their parents, too, when their parents are arguing, that kind of stuff. So at 1123 is Justice and the King of Wands, the Page of Swords with 3 feathers in their cap, feeling entitled, but upright here, in energetic exchange before dawn. Or with the Knight of Swords reversed and love going on. Deception or up before dawn, or the next new moon, feeling dumped or was dumped or dumped on, rejected, with the Knight of Swords rushing in, or one with Cancer in their chart, or one with Cancer, dumped, dumped on, or in the dumps, vulnerable and rejected, and now Libra, Knight of Swords, rushing in with the truth, or messenger of justice, divorce, or spiritual partnership. The Page of Swords in the underlying energy here is upright, but in the rest of the read, the Page of Swords is actually reversed. And then the Knight of Swords is the opposite. So when the Page of Swords is upright, the Knight of Swords is reversed. And then when in the read, the Page of Swords is reversed and the Knight of Swords is upright. So we have these two together. They can be siblings for sure. The Page of Swords upright and the Knight of Swords reversed, which would be air signs or people who act like air signs. They might have a lot of air in their chart. And the Page of Swords may be in love, and the Knight of Swords, older one, may be dumped or deceived. The Page of Cups reversed, then the Knight of Swords upright. So like I said, they flip. And then a sudden explosion and coming together with anxiety and or imprisonment in feeling the underlying energies. So we have Gemini reversed, Libra upright, and Cancer reversed here. So the Gemini and Libra could definitely be the 2 air signs there if they're young children or adults acting like children. They can also be messages that are coming through, right? One is a small message of the Page of Swords, which could be a text or an email or something very light in conversation. And then we have the Knight of Swords coming in reversed, which would be very heavy and nasty, or someone who has something to say, but they're not saying it. And that could be someone stomping around too, making everybody know they have something to say, but not saying it. So we have the Star upright and the Fool upright with dreams coming true, healed and free. The Star takes a leap of faith. Jealousy could be coming up here, rejection, insincerity, and moodiness. The liar, cheater, thief energy, the running away, not telling, causing delays, and heated exchange. Defenseless to energies and financial drain, powerless to moving to peace, or spending a lot to move to peace. The patient angel, the Queen of Pentacles coming up here upright. And she's dealing with the King of Pentacles reversed. And this is at 1135, which is Justice and the Wounded Warrior. The King of Pentacles reversed, which can be a couple different things. At minimum, the King of Pentacles is someone ungrounded and just having a bad day. And it can be someone who's lost money and status too, which could be understandable why they're having a bad day or a bad period. But also this could be someone who is always like that, who's all about the money, doesn't really care about anything else. They could be narcissistic, and they could be actually cruel in the way they deal with people, because there's going to be a lot of people under them because they're all about the money. But the King of Pentacles reversed, lacking faith, falling from grace, or embarrassing themselves in front of the King of Swords upright, the Queen of Cups reversed, the Empress reversed, and hanging out with the Empress reversed, may be hanging out with the Emperor upright, but they may not be together, right? They could be parents who are not together anymore. And again, this is very common on the holidays. The Queen of Pentacles and dependent moving to peace, but the King of Pentacles reversed may be embarrassed in front of parents or in-laws or an aunt or a child. And in the recent past is the King of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. That could be a father and child on a journey of the dark night, going through death and end or transition or transformation. And the Emperor reversed with the Knight of Wands rushing in, right? That's the rescue energy, while the Page of Wands is inspired by defenselessness to the energies or attacks of imbalance in a marriage, religion, establishment, or with Taurus partners, with Star or Aquarius, or suffering in silence, or the sister, or unable to sleep. Okay? So here we had the Knight of Wands and Page of Wands. So this could be another side of siblings, or a different set of siblings, or a different energy of adults acting like kids, right? So we went from the air signs to the fire signs. So going from the thoughts and words to the more physical wanting to beat somebody up when they're reversed, whereas the Swords is more about verbal attacks. So manifesting clarity, but then off balance, with Scrooge juggling and not sharing, imbalance, inequity, or debt or scam, right? A lot of people end up exploding because there are underlying issues. It's very rare that the explosions happen because of the current situation. It's usually something that's boiling underneath the surface, which is, either family issues or work issues, money issues, whatever it is. Manifesting clarity, but then being off balance with the Scrooge energy juggling, right? And this is the card where it really looks like Scrooge, clinging onto their stuff, juggling and not sharing, imbalance, inequity, and again, someone could be in debt and no one else knows, and so of course they may explode very easily. And scam energy also coming up around here. Somebody could be hiding money, right? The foundation here is the Seven of Wands, defenselessness to attacks, or feeling ganged up on, or this could be someone without an excuse. Maybe they're wrong and they don't have an excuse, or maybe they don't have an excuse and they don't need an excuse, and they know that now. But separation coming up, heartbreak, disruption, disappointment, split lies and BS, the need for clarity in the situation, with the Knight of Cups reversed and the King of Cups upright, which again is father and child energy, or someone trying to appear something that they're not, right? The King of Cups coming off as unconditionally loving, but the Knight of Cups reversed, showing a very different side, which would be someone who's insincere opportunist, who's jealous or moody or likes to schmooze people to get their way, but as soon as they don't get their way, they're jealous and nasty, right? So this is coming up with the Knight of Cups reversed and the King of Cups upright, the patient angel or Sagittarius here. Father and child not getting along perhaps, and then the central energy of the Eight of Wands reversed in heated exchange or arguing, not telling their true desires or feelings, in a falling out or negative past or childhood, or issues with kids and clarity about the past, with the Queen of Pentacles upright and the Knight of Pentacles upright, juggling and remaining, that the King of Pentacles reversed here. This could be the Queen of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles could be a wife and a child, or they could both be children. And these could all be siblings too. The King of Pentacles reversed, the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. They could be 3 siblings. But the juggling here of the Queen and the Knight performing or keeping their balls up in the air, trying to do the daily, right? Keep it going. And the Queen of Cups reversed, holding on. No options and fighting a lot here. And the challenge being the Four of Wands upright. The home that is stable. Taming the beast at 11:52, Justice and the Queen of Swords. Taming the beast and then exploding because of the underlying energies. Hanging out destined at night without options, but to feel imprisoned, and then exploding later, of course, when there are triggers around. At 12:07 is the Hanging Man in the Chariot. The Ten of Cups, right? That's the sham fam, right? When there's all these issues going on under the surface and trying to show themselves as being perfect, right? Showing society the perfect image of a perfect family, but there are always issues below the surface. And that doesn't mean there aren't real Ten of Cups families. There are many of them. But this is coming up in this read. So the Ten of Cups, prison, suffering in silence. There's the sister in a nightmare. The King of Wands upright in a split or divide with the King of Swords upright and the Queen of Cups reversed. The Queen of Wands upright in a sudden jealous rage with the wounded warrior, temptation, who's in need of help here. Now, note that the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands are both upright here. The only one who's reversed is the Queen of Cups reversed. So she could be the wounded warrior, perhaps, temptation, in need of help, right? So that's coming up as someone who's got water in their chart, or it could be a water sign, or someone who's upset, or someone who's being manipulative, or someone who could be jealous. And here's this jealous rage coming up. So, and that could be a Scorpio energy or Cancer or Pisces, but Scorpio is known for jealousy, so that could be coming up as well. So again, the King of Wands upright in a split or divide with the King of Swords upright, with the Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands upright in a sudden jealous rage with the wounded warrior, temptation, in need of help. And that could be a child as well, or a lost opportunity, or someone who's needy, right? Always needing others to do things for them. So now in the crowning position there is the Eight of Pentacles reversed. Someone overworking or not working at all, or things that are not working out and dumping a load, a burden, responsibilities, with the Empress reversed, who's in lack, whether that be illness or injury, or just their state of mind or emotions in lack. The Empress reversed, there's two Empress reversed here. They could be two different grandmothers or older people, but they definitely have different energies around them. One is your standard grandmother energy, but they're both reversed energies. The other one's more of the ringleader, the one with the chastity belt around her. More, they're both reversed. So that could be a really nasty, empowered energy. Or there's just someone in lack or injured or ill, like I said. But the one Empress is detoxing chaos and brokenness and deception with issues at work, perhaps falling on their face from grace or lacking faith, perhaps a confession at work, or embarrassing themselves at work, which, an Empress does not like to do that. The Seven of Pentacles reversed, dumping a karmic tie, destined to no longer care about feeling defenseless, not needing an excuse, as the King of Pentacles reversed is recovering to manifest with the King of Wands, who's powerless to the wounded warrior, or perhaps a dependent or temptation, or dependency, codependency. The Magician is hangry to recover without an olive branch, or in other words, on their own, dumping emotional attachments to fantasy Knight of Wands or rescue. So there could be some underlying jealousy issues or feelings that are not known between people here. Soon here is the Ace of Pentacles upright. So coming up for the twins here, an offer of time, money, and effort, a new life. Ending conflict, offering time, money, and energy to end the pain, holding back an announcement, perhaps of rejection and brokenness, or stuck in chaos with lover reversed, or a breakup exposed, with Aquarius reversed, Cancer reversed, and Gemini reversed, all three, and Leo upright here. The twin flames seeing themselves as the shadow, Capricorn, or happy with themselves at home, in a 5D connection with the divine feminine in the 5D world, and justice, divorce, or Libra, and the King of Swords, who can be Libra here, with the Ten of Cups reversed, unhappy family or end. Around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Six of Pentacles reversed, the inequity of the Hermit reversed, and the Devil upright waving, which also can just be a Capricorn. The Hermit hiding behind the Devil, or the Virgo hiding behind the Capricorn, or Capricorn waving or coming out with ball and chain waving. Virgo reversed, Capricorn upright, post-war, over it, and dumping on the Devil or Capricorn, or on the codependency, the ball and chain. The block here being the Page of Cups reversed, the rejection or vulnerabilities, and grounding, integrating an offer that may be retracted, or someone now giving the silent treatment after previously having offered love or something kind or loving. Domestic harmony comes up here, environment and effort, but even more so for the twins, creativity, right? How to be creative to transmute situations from negative energies to positive. Melding to swallow pride and to move to peace. The Indigo upright, the proposal, and the Knight of Wands, the wounded warrior, the Devil, and the Page of Pentacles reversed. All could be a very bad mix there, right? The rescue of the wounded warrior by the Devil, and that can be an opportunist energy there too. The Indigo proposing to walk away from liars, cheaters, and thieves, or from people running away from their responsibilities or their own feelings, or from receiving stolen merchandise and or ideas, and or betrayals, and trying to end the pain. Indigo upright, an offer to the Empress reversed, to make peace. So Indigo can be Gemini or Virgo usually, offering to Empress reversed, maybe they freaked out at the Empress reversed, to make peace, offering new passion or project from a secret passion or a secret place of passion in order to pacify the beast. Finding peace or vacation with the Queen of Wands, Hierophant, or guidance, and jumping through hoops, or Taurus and Leo both upright, perhaps with kids or they are the kids, or pets, sunshine vacation, or exposing all now. The Ace of Cups is reversed, dumped on, or feeling in the dumps, and defenseless to the shadow of inequity. The King of Pentacles reversed in a heated exchange and challenged by the home and offering a new life, with the Page of Cups reversed, rejection or vulnerability, or something that's not working out, or worried about this, something not working out. And that was at 12:31, which is the Hangman and the Five of Wands, the conflict, the fighting. That it can also be games and competition. It also can be playing and acting and the pursuit of happiness, the impossible dream. At 12:32, then being the journey with the Hangman. And it was just Easter yesterday of Jesus. The journey, what's the journey after, right, Easter and the rising, where Jesus actually moves to France with Mary Magdalene and proposing to the Empress Reversed, peace or travels, and the Queen of Wands upright, the Taurus and Leo, or kids and pets going away on vacation, purging, dumped, overwhelmed, the King of Pentacles reversed, deception, then defenselessness, or without an excuse, not telling their true desires, and challenged by the home and what's not working, even though the home itself may be very stable. The shadow, or Capricorn, offers a new life, needing to make corrections to rejection, and a proposal to the Empress Reversed for peace or travels, with the Queen of Wands guidance and jumping through the ring of fire and into the sun at 12:37, which is the Hangman and the King of Cups, which is unconditional love. So I'm going to pull some oracle cards now to wrap this up. It's 10:10 on my clock, and it's 36:28 on this clock. 36 is the 10 of Wands, the Atlas energy of the weight of the world. And what did I just say that was? 28? I think I said 28. 28 is the 2 of Wands, the twin flames. If that wasn't the number, you can let me know. But it was 10:10 on this clock, which again is the 2 Wheel of Fortunes, or the 2-wheelers that have been coming up. Like so, going biking or getting a 2-seater. And it's funny because I just cleared out my garage and gave away my old bike because the tires were all messed up because I haven't ridden it in years. So there's that energy about, going more natural as far as transportation, which is also interesting because my father he used to work at Einstein Hospital when we were young. And he used to ride his bike, which I was always amazed because it's not a great area to be riding your bike around there. So, but yeah, he used to ride his bike to the hospital all the time. All right, so from the energy deck, for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know and learn here from all of this today? This post-Easter energy and the barges and ships being stuck, financial constraints. And again, this is like opening up the different compartments of the barge or the ship. So the 13 of the transformation, the transition, which happened yesterday, right? The rising. So we're done with that. So then now what? It's like that energy, right? The cupboards are now empty. It's all done, all said and done. Now what? That's the energy I was getting from that. That's not what I would normally get. But 34 is the next card, the door to personal healing and happiness, bringing the outside in and allowing things to flourish again, right? The energetic exchange, the arrows of love, a lot of activities of communication and travel, right? Getting back to the business of life. I'm getting the 3, the 1, 3, 4. So there's the 3 and the 4 are the Empress and the Emperor. And the 1 is the Magician. All 3 of them were significant in this read today. I'm also getting I-34s. That must be a highway somewhere as well. So for somebody, that might be a message, I-34. And also the I am that I am, an empty vessel. That's coming up. Jen McCarty will like that one. This is coming up as the empty vessel. I am that I am, being the empty vessel, the instrument, and allowing spirit to flow through it. And then there's opening the window, right? Filling that vessel with this beautiful light, the rainbow light, the purification energy, and opening the windows to everything else. And then we have the Queen of Swords here, holding up the false light. Now she was reversed in this read, I believe. So it's letting go of that energy But the Queen of Swords reversed is her negative energy, so it's really about still holding up the false light as opposed to letting it go. And then we have the 14 and the 53 right after that. So 52 and 53, which then this is the Knight of Swords. And we have the Knight of Swords and Queen of Swords both reversed in this read, but now the Knight of Swords became upright after the underlying energy being reversed. I just want to make sure about the Queen of Swords. I'm pretty sure she was reversed. Yeah, she was. All right, so this is the energy of the Temperance card, which was coming up upright in this read, right? The loving, the patient angels of a higher love coming together and in compassion for others. And here's that Knight of Swords who may feel left out here. And this could be a father as well. So we have this energy coming up like here. So right after the empty vessel and then filling it with nature and this beautiful rainbow light and purification, bringing nature inside, we have these energies, which is this angelic energy between, right, this couple of higher love between the dark light. And again, remember the dark goats came up, of the masculine being surrounded by those dark, codependent or addiction type energies of the devil, and I forget what the other card was. So again, the false light of the Queen of Swords reversed, who can be either just lying to herself, or she could be verbally abusive. She could be a chronic liar as well. And then we have the 53 upright of the messenger of truth rushing in, right? And this could be the energy of a mother and father who are no longer together. And the father is saying, what do you want? And this is the father, who's got healing energies. And it's like being caught in the middle of the night, like being on call. And also, or someone calling him on something in the middle of the night when he's not prepared for it, like that Emperor energy of not being ready for it. They're in a vulnerable state. And this could even be a child, someone who's older, who's a child, whose parent is still alive. But it's the energy between the Knight of Swords upright, who was reversed and then became upright, and the Queen of Swords that is reversed in the read, and then the innocent, angelic energy between there of a higher love, like rising above this negative energy that's going on around them, but still staying in this space of love. The underlying energy here is the 3 of the Empress Gaia, which was reversed in the read multiple times. So a lack of blossoming abundance, which this is the underlying energy because of anxieties and the false light, the moon, and then correcting that, because this is going away as these other energies are now coming up, right? To fill your empty vessel with nature, with rainbow light and purification light, and open the windows to new, fresh air, right? To fill your empty vessel with the light and the love. All right, let's see what the journey of love has to say. Journey of love. Take another deep breath. Yeah, the moon and the false light definitely coming up here. And we're actually mid-cycle. I think the new moon is going to be around the 10th or something, as I heard today, but I don't know for sure. So let's see what comes out from the journey of love for you guys. What's our takeaway? Fire and ice, okay? The polarities, the 37 of unconditional love, loving no matter what. That doesn't mean you need to stay around someone who's abusive. It means you love them and give them compassion, but that doesn't mean you have to give your energy away to them. That's where the boundaries come in. And then we have the spiral dance of the goddess, the 29, of the being present in the moment, to the gangrenous energy, right? Now this can be 2 different perspectives. That can be olive oil, which is very, very healthy. And then it can be gangrene at the same time, the polarities here. They need to see both in order to break them down and merge them to the middle. It's the same with unconditional love. You need to see both polarities of the red and the blue, the black and the white, the good and the bad, however you see it. It can be seen in opposite ways all the time. The fire and ice of it, they need to merge to the middle to become the unconditional love and compassion, to be present in the moment. You need to see this as the olive oil that's healthy and the gangrene at the same time. This could be like the energy of tying off a fallopian tube, strangling it. There's even a ribbon here, like to strangle the fallopian tubes. But at the same time, it can be a beautiful ribbon, and it can be olive oil that's nourishing, right? Nourishing the ovary. It's all in the perspective. And then here we have the Lovers as the next card. You see how the shapes that are coming in here the same way? And it gets smoother and smoother and smoother, right? This is a little bit rough over here. And then the circle gets smoother, and then it gets very direct, very simple. It's black and white. The Lovers in separation and disappointment, longing for each other, right? Searching the skies for each other. And this references that card with the ripple of the moons going out, right? The false light. And that's why the separation is coming up here. Also the fire and ice and the spiral dance of the goddess. And you notice there's only one figure here too, which can be a man or a woman, because of course Jesus is always depicted with long hair. So it could be a man or a woman standing there. And again, this could be seen as a fallopian tube, but it could be seen as a tunnel as well. It could be seen as a vent, lots of different things. There's always a new perspective. And you notice that we have the blue and red, which make purple, but it's just saying it's merging to the middle. So blue and yellow would make the green, but maybe because it's more red, there is yellow in here, but it's more to the orangey red, may make that green more olive green as opposed to a brighter green. Those darker, earthier colors are going to make it look more earthy, like olive. So it's just saying it's best to keep it simple. Keep it simple. The bottom of the deck is the eruption of light, the 11 of justice, truth and balance. Sometimes the light needs to disturb things like we're receiving. It's difficult to receive the energy right now. It needs to disrupt things to jumble it up and release the pent-up energies, whether that's in your own body or in the environment. And this is the energy of the Hieros Gamos shooting up to God, being in the vortex right here, the 0 point. And underneath that is the Angel of Jupiter Awakened, which came up yesterday, the Lovers. So we have 2 cards of the Lovers. We have this energy of the Lovers as well. This one, in the yellow and green, the solar plexus and the heart energies smoothly flowing along together, the masculine and the feminine energies. And then this one also in a very different energy of just hanging out together in simplicity, perhaps separation at the same time, kind of drawing themselves into a situation, right? Imagining what it will be. All right, so the underlying energies of the Lovers and sailing along on separate dimensions, right, on different planes, and then coming into the Hieros Gamos, the eruption of light, the 11 of truth and balance and justice. And then after that underlying energy, right, because yesterday was Easter and the Hieros Gamos of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, comes these energies reminding you of unconditional love, being present to the 0 point, and to keep things simple with the Lovers. Right? So that you don't get disappointed. Yeah. Okay. So, make sure you drink your water. a good conductor to the other side. Make sure you get your sleep so you're not grumpy and you feel good and energized. Make sure you get your joy in nature to stay grounded and happy and laugh. There's always something to be joyful about. Be in gratitude. It's 10:24 on the clock, which is the Wheel of Fortune. 10, 18, and 19 were coming up earlier before I forgot to say as I was looking at the clock. But 10:24 is the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Wands. And now it's on this clock, 50. It was just 50:03 to 4. And 50 is the 10 of Cups. Again, whether that's the sham fam or the actually emotionally fulfilled family or happy ending. And then the 3 and 4 of the Emperor and the Empress, again coming up. So there's a significance around that. The Emperor was upright, the Empress was reversed. No, they were both reversed, I'm sorry. Emperor was reversed too. So definitely some, the falling away of the matriarchy, the patriarchy, and the not needing to control others, right? Because the natural energy of an Emperor and Empress is to, and then they may be a good Empress or a good Emperor, but their job is to tell other people what to do. And we don't need that, because each one of us should be empowered in our own sovereignty, and that our connection with our higher self should be our last word, not someone outside of ourselves. So there's that energy around it too. And the Emperor and the Empress can be seen in another way as well. So it's just all in the perspective, like I said, as it just turned 51 on the clock, which is the King of Swords. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day and rise and be loved. I'll talk to you soon. Have an amazing day.